We are about to celebrate the first anniversary of the June 2025 Finance Bill protest. Finance Bill ndio hii hapa tena. Tuko ndo tulienaga kwa street na tukaamua by the way, hiyo kitu inashuka. Well, this year's Finance Bill iko out and what's in that Finance Bill? Wacha ni kushow. First tunaanza na farming inputs, they are taxed. Fertilizers, seeds, animal feed, zote sasa VAT exempt. Sounds harmless? Yep, lakini hiyo ni slang ya prepare to suffer. Farmers will no longer be able to claim VAT refunds, meaning you'll need a payslip to afford sukuma wiki. It is what it is. Lakini, hebu tuangalia pa next. Petrol station. Watu wa mafuta, fuel excise inaenda juu. Watu wa mathri already sharpening their fair excuses hapo niko sure ati hata mafuta imepanda bro. From ugali to uji, prepare for inflation premium edition. Hapa by the way serikali ya Ruto haicheki na wewe. It is what it is. We've just analyzed just kidogo, just a sneak peek of the finance bill. Haya, KRA is seeking to be the FBI. What do I mean? Now they want to check your bank and M-Pesa without court order. Bro, even your ex had boundaries. Walai tena. Now KRA will know you paid 500 for a haircut, a 2K kwa betting, na ka 500 kengine katumia side kwako. Ama it is what it is. Haya, wase content creators, you are not safe. What's going down? YouTubers and influencers itabidi mmeumia. US already takes 30%, and now Kenya wants to take another 30%, but wait, no tax agreement. Hakuna double taxation agreement na US ati sisi tumekata 30% ama sisi tukate 25 alafu na nyinyi mchukue 5. Hakuna agreement. Ni wao wanakata 30, unakuja Kenya wamesema hata huku Kenya unalipa 30%. So that's a total of 60% income tax for content creators. Maze, hiyo ni taxation ama ni heartbreak? It is what it is. Alright, so it's clear the bill is coming for your peace of mind. It's coming for your wallet. Is it the bill ama ni umse?
Nimesoma hii finance bill sana. Nimechukua muda wa mwezi mmoja kuisoma. Wale ambao wanasema ni self-employed, yani wale wanaitwa informal sector workers, wanabiashara, mumesoma hii? Hebu jaribuni kusoma hii, sababu hii inaweza kuwa itaadhibu biashara zenyu. Naomba munisikize. Kazi yangu ni kuwaambia kama vile iko, nyinyi wenyewe mfanye your own decisions. Na nataka kusema kuna ile machine tunaita e-teams. There is a proposal to revise the assessment of e-teams. Section 23A inasema hivi: the Commissioner of Taxes will have the mandate to be revising the assessment of tax invoicing. Hapo ndipo naona kuna shida, sababu huyu commissioner si ni binadamu kama mimi, hata kama wewe. Sasa unajua hii ni Kenya. Commissioner kama ni yeye ana revise alafu na mnajua siku hizi commissioner wa taxes na wanasiasa wanakuanga marafiki. Nimefikisha hapo. Alafu inasema hivi kwa wale ambao wako kwa informal sector. Bei ya karatasi ya nylon inaweza kwenda juu. Nyinyi ambao mnatumia karatasi ya nylon kufanya biashara, someni hii finance bill vizuri. Bei ya digital marketing, wale ambao wanafanya digital marketing kwa bidhaa za online sales and online marketing, someni hii finance bill. Bei ya kulipa tax kwa content creation, wale ambao muna create content, someni hii finance bill. Bei ya wale ambao wanatumia softwares ambazo haziko hapa Kenya, zimeletwa through online internet.
What is that? Ku repair State House, and unfortunately enough, hiyo repair imekuwa happen every fiscal year. Every financial year imekuwa happen.
Juzi wameka flat roof.
Sasa alafu wamenini mpaka penetration ya holes ndo tusisikie whatever they wanna discuss. What is that anyway?
So one of the things you wanazipinga ni 2.3 billion renovation.
One of the things. Do you know why? Kama sahi hatuna vaccines in this country. Na hii country we only need like 2.8 billion to clear the debt ya Gavi yeah, and the debt of global fund, there were dispatches of vaccines. Now, kindly tell me, will you first go to the priority of vaccines ama utaenda kwa priority of State House, 12 State House, ati zirepewe ndo president anakaa mahali pazuri? Now, these are some of the things that normally huwa tunakuja hapa kwa streets. Yeah.
Leadership in our country has become a source of hopelessness, greed and moral decay, and eroding public trust. The current leadership is unworthy of honor. They keep on having constant abuse. They have eroded respect. We keep on saying that you cannot model vice and expect virtue, which is actually the truth. The policies in the key sectors, they are either terrible or they are not working. Our political leaders are increasingly out of touch with people's needs. They are out of touch. They are now even going to the extent of focusing on elections rather than urgent issues like the high cost of living, taxation, unemployment, and service delivery.
Okay.
Yes, there is a growing gap between leaders and the people of Kenya. And the political class continues to mischaracterize the citizens of this country, especially youth.
From where I sit, I believe that anyone who is supporting the broad-based government, there are only two reasons. It's either you don't understand the kind of situation we are in as a country, or you are benefiting from the mess that we have. There are no other reason.
One is you're ignorant, or two, you're eating.
Yes.
Ignorant or eating.
Yes. You cannot tell me. When I see someone like Oscar Sudi protecting this government, I understand him. I actually allow him to do that because he's benefiting. He's somebody who didn't go so far in terms of education, but he has a chopper. He's someone without President Ruto, he will be somewhere in a Uasin Gishu. But today he's a member of parliament because of President William. The younger people are asking questions about the conduct of the older people, their parents. Now, the people who are holding others accountable are actually the young people, which means that they know that eating is wrong. Even when the parents are eating, their children are telling them, no, what you're doing is wrong. And I think that shift isn't good. That's why there are concerted efforts from people who are benefiting from this mess to preserve the status quo. And when you ask questions about how this so-and-so is behaving, you are deemed to be uncouth. You do not respect your elders. But we know that somebody that is worth being respected, you don't struggle respecting them. Respect just comes. And when you see that I am really trying to respect you and I'm not being able to do that, there is something wrong you are doing. So we are going to bank on the young people. They are the only people. We are going to tell them that in this country, 50 years to come, that 20-year-old boy who is in the UN will still be here. The others who we are seeing, who have been here for a while, they will not.
They will not.
Few hours before the blood parliamentary thing is out, these are the other cases in Narok. People are killed because of land. As like, where is our country heading? And as like, we are totally tired of everything, totally tired. And as like, they just know that, believe me, and I'm not saying it in fear or in anything, we are watching you. We are watching you and we are coming for you. It might be not me, or it's another person, but we are watching you. The government, we are totally watching you. The fear is totally gone. We are tired of everything. If you'll kill us, all of us, I think so you won't remain alone and rule this country. I do believe that people will remain and they'll enjoy the fruit of our fight. Totally, I'm tired of everything. Our young souls died. The families are not compensated. They are still in sorrowful. And there's like nothing is being done in our country. It's all about what do we do. Everything is it's only concentrated in the government thing. The people are totally tired.
Step from Nairobi, you step into Kiambu. Ask yourself, what industrialization has taken place there? All you see is apartment flats coming and taking up peasant land, what is happening and where do these people go? Where do these young people go? And if you drive across, you'll find a lot of people in the morning, especially young men. The girls, ladies seem to stay at home, but young men standing, watching, doing nothing. They get drunk. When they sober up, what will happen? Thank God they're drunk today. When they sober up, they will march to Nairobi, and the things will not be the same. So if we are after peace, we must develop our people. We must develop this country. This country cannot continue being run like it has no value. We run Kenya like it has no value. When it comes to choosing politicians, you choose those people whom you could not give access even to maybe to walk your dogs. Because the country has no value to you. So you vote in any way you want. You don't care about the kind of leaders you put in place. You have reduced politics, all of us have reduced politics to entertainment. The crazier the politician, the more attractive he becomes. You have not realized that politics is how a country is run. Politics is how decisions are made. And so if we want peace in this country, we must take our politics seriously. We must take our laws seriously. We must look at chapter 12 of the Constitution. And if you look at many constitutions, the ones I've looked at, the closest I've come to where Kenya is, whereby a purely technical issue like public finance is a constituting principle, is in the Constitution. I've only seen it in 4 constitutions. The Constitution of Morocco, of the Philippines, of South Korea, and of Kenya. And there's a history to this. Kenyans realized when they were making the constitution that the public finances needed to be controlled, beginning by creating an independent treasury which is removed from the Ministry of Finance, so that Parliament can have the power of the purse and the President can become a perpetual lobbyist. The structure of our constitution is that the President should be lobbying Parliament, should be asking Parliament to do what he wants. You want to appoint people, take them to Parliament. And if Parliament has people of character, it will be able to say, this cannot qualify, that will not qualify.
Because we're looking at this person who is a thug, who has stolen from us. We know that this person has not done the job that we elected them to do. Okay? But they've come back, they are talking loud, they are talking trash, they are insulting other people, they have done this and the other, they'll even slap somebody up. We talk hapa kijana, unaongea nini? Toeni huyo kijana hapa. That one will like, yes, that's the guy we want. The reason why this person who has integrity is not being considered is because we are looking for somebody without integrity.
So it's an us problem.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
So you come in with all this integrity and we're like, oh, lakini.
Looking for something.
Lakini. Ai? No. Sasa hata anaongeaje? Hata hajui kuongea.
Tunakutafutia shida sasa makosa.
And I think that is
excuse why not to choose you, but
he is talking absolute rubbish. This is a man who is borrowing more than 100 billion a month. How is he going to get out of that debt?
We are almost at a cliff in terms of debt repayment, and especially interest rate.
The problem we have is about liquidity. Loans were taken at a particular point of time. Most of them are maturing between now and 2032. That is why we have the pressure. After 2032, you go and look at our books and they're public. From 2034 to 2048, we don't have any loan to pay.
This issue of debt, if we are not progressive enough and prudent enough as a country, in just a few months to come, we will see the ramifications.
That is irresponsible statement. It is irresponsible, it can cause panic, and it should not come from someone who has chaired Budget and Appropriations Committees.
Visits to China currently or other bilaterals, I can assure you, will be about debt primarily.
From the hesabu we have done from government records, Kenya owes nobody any money. That is how clear I am. How much money did we spend according to the budget? All right? So we calculated 6 trillion was there for development. How much money went to the counties? How much went for salaries? How much went for pensions? How much went for operations and management of government so that police have petrol in their cars? We came to a sum of exactly 14.6 trillion and collected 13.3 trillion. Are we together with those numbers? So you tell me, Mike, when you minus 14.6 and 13.3, you get 1.3. That is what you hear in terminology of government or in economics called the deficit. What is mind-boggling is that even as we paid and we didn't need, look at our figure today, it's 11 trillion. It keeps climbing, right? It is the biggest existential threat to our economy and our country, this debt issue. And this government and this president are culpable. They were there at the time it was done, and they are still doing it. So we have a problem here. They cannot solve it. The way they are trying to solve it is by continually borrowing, which is adding to our problems. That is why they come to raise our taxes. That is why we have what you call deflation in this country. Not deflation, you have recession in this country.
So, Genz, this is the message I have for them. Organize yourself in your wards. Forget about these razzmatazz of Nairobi. No. Every ward, we have like 45, almost 50,000. Imagine, Eric and my sisters, if we said 10 graduates or 5 graduates from the country will guard every polling station. I contested as a member of parliament, I told you. So what happens is the moment the count is over, the presiding officer fills the form, he attaches to the polling station. You take a picture. So we become our own IEBC. There are 38 million Kenyans with smartphones. There are close to 29 of them with internet. So which means we have more phones with smartphone than voters. So we can deal with the government. What does the government have? 200,000 soldiers? We have an army that is below 38.
So you're saying they should organize at ward level?
Yes.
What form?
Like I come from my village in Galicia where I vote. We have like 10, 15 graduates now there. Maybe 3 of us will say 2 of us should be agents, independent agents, just observing. Because in Kenya, you're sovereign. You can go there and become an agent for yourself and observe, as long as you're not breaking the law and interfering with the process. What you need to do is just observe whether people are voting, and the voter assister is assisted correctly. If the person said, I'm going to vote for Janet Mbugua, Janet Mbugua photo is ticked, not Eric or Mariam, you make sure that. Then the second one is when the voting time is over and the ballot boxes are closed, are sealed, and then they are being counted, make sure you are there. Take the numbers. There is a form they will post on the polling station. Take a picture. Then that way is how you build a country.
Luchivia, labda hujui ni nani utapigia kura in 2027. Lakini ile kitu muhimu zaidi ni kwamba ujue yule mwenye hautapigia kura. Are we together? You may not know who you will vote for in 2027. But it is important to know who you will not vote for in 2027.
The best way for Kenyans to vote in 2027 is 2 ways. 1, don't vote for anybody who did not deliver when it came to their manifesto. Number 2, do not vote for anybody who had any previous corruption cases. For example, when it comes to Sakaja, the current Nairobi governor wants to run for a 2nd term. Now, I will be damned if I vote for Sakaja considering just one part of the manifesto, which is roads. He said that he will fix roads and he will fix drainage and water will be distributed to different parts of Nairobi. He said this and he has not delivered. Nairobi to go 2025, we are almost at the half of the year and the roads are flooding insanely even if it rains just a little bit. So what logic would someone be using if they vote for Sakaja for the 2nd time? What logic would somebody be using if they vote for Pasaris, who is definitely probably going to run again for Nairobi women rep, and she has not been proactive in talking about like femicide cases and protecting women, which is her job in parliament. If we just focus on those 2 things, not voting for anybody who had any corruption case and not voting for anybody who has messed up their manifesto, I feel like Kenyans will be really, really far. Instead of focusing on voting for somebody because of their tribe, because they paid you 200 shillings, because you are voting for them just so that they can remove somebody else, and you hope that they are going to do something better, please, I think it's time that we remove ourselves from the situation. And also to the Kenyan youth, we are the majority. When you look at people who are 35 and under, we are the majority when it comes to the population. By 2027, let's say all of us will be adult status and all of us can get a voter's ID and actually vote. I am really, really, really encouraging people to register to vote when that time comes. Let's not vote for people because of any other reason except those two. Let's be logical this time, please. Like, our lives depend on it.
Kwani wewe utakubali upige kura mtu aibe? Wewe kama Mkenya mwenye unateseka as we speak now, utakubali uende upige kura 2027 alafu mtu achukue aongeze rais? Kwa sababu anatuambia kwamba hakuna rais ashawahi kuwa one term president. Sasa wanasema hata kama rais hatapita, watachukua kidogo kidogo kutoka kwa zile zetu waongeze rais apite. Kwani wewe kama Mkenya who are going through a very difficult times as we speak now, are you going to allow people to steal your elections? Kwani tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Tutakuwa wajinga aina gani turuhusu watu waibe kura zetu yenye tumepiga na venye sisi tunateseka saa hii? Atuwaibe waongeze yule mwingine apate aingie kama rais. Kwani sisi tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Si wajinga walisha Kenya? Sasa itakuwa aje mtu atuibie kura zetu?
2027 at the tallying center at the ward level, we will have Gen Z representatives to count the votes and to announce the votes. Alafu tutaungana kama Gen Z, kama ni Nairobi County, kuna Gen Z wa kule Githurai, Gen Z wa Kangemi, atatuambia ni ngapi na tutajua ni votes ngapi za rais zimepigwa katika Nairobi County, na tutafanya hivyo katika Kakamega County, tutafanya hivyo katika Bungoma County.
Haja na magavana, MCA, mnataka zile za rais peke yake.
Lazima rais ametuchosha bana, lazima kwenda nyumbani.
One time. Sasa nini? Ground. Hatuongea. Sawa.
Hivi venye nanawa hivi. Ndio nanawa Ruto. Nimenawa Ruto kabisa. Nimenawa Ruto. Ruto Kasongo nimekunawa.
My people, unaingia kuiva alafu unaletewa one time kama chesa. Mulisema hamutaki kuchelewa in anything. Well, Kenyans, you never disappoint, and this is the reason as to why I just love my country, Kenya. Munakuanga macho na munakuanga sete in anything. Anyway, Aluta, the struggle continues. We have to drain the swamps.
Ese yo moyo.
Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.